Peace everyone, Unmask here and welcome to Chibi this. Alright, so we are live. Is there anybody in the chats? Not yet? Alright, well I'm going to go ahead and start drawing. So as you can tell from the title, I am going to be drawing Sailor Moon as a chibi. So let's go ahead and do this. So when I do these chibis, I usually do a 2-head high, so that's what I'm going to stick with right now. And basically I have the head here, and then the rest of the body fits in the same proportion as the head. So I kind of get this setup here. And I'm just going to do kind of a forward-facing, kind of a very typical Sailor Moon stance. On the live stream on Monday, I did have a suggestion for the chibi, which was Lemony Snicket, and I Google imaged Lemony Snicket, and I didn't see what the characters looked like. I looked and looked and looked, and I just couldn't find what the characters looked like. For reference, because I'm not familiar with Lemony Snicket, and every time I Google image searched, it just came up as pictures of Jim Carrey, and it was kind of frustrating. But I'm going to be doing Sailor Moon instead, so hopefully that's all right with everyone. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm just kind of sketching out the skeleton of what it's going to look like, her stance. Just going to do that. And then I will ink it and I will color it. So the paper that I'm working with, actually all the materials that I'm using for this are in the description below. So if you want to know what tools I'm using, with the exception of this pencil, so this is my Graph Gear 1000 mechanical pencil, and I have 2B lead selected in it. So this is kind of how I map out the proportions for these chibis, as you can see here. It's actually it's kind of fun to draw smaller pictures. It's a little bit easier to kind of work in your proportions. So one of the things that I can definitely recommend is if you're working on fixing proportion issues with some of your drawings or some of your characters or something like that, you can certainly try to draw your characters a bit smaller and work with the proportions, because you can see the entire character all together. It kind of helps with the working with the proportions, being able to see it all together at once. So that's something you can try if you're working on character design, something like that. Trying to get the pose right. Kind of just playing around and figuring it out. Still don't have anybody in the chat yet, it seems. But that's alright. Give a typical smile for Sailor Moon. She's always got that really pointy kind of smile. So the first live stream went really well on Monday. That one I was very satisfied with the way that it went. This time I am streaming in 1080p. On Monday I did 720p. So I'm going to check the video quality of this and you can let me know what you think. But I will be doing another live stream on Monday. In fact, Monday will be my regular live stream. Really, the only reason I decided to do this live stream is because I hadn't done a Chibi this drawing yet, and I figured, you know what, why not just live stream it, and I won't have to edit anything. Hello, Anne. It's nice to see you again. Cool. That's nice. Hope work is going well for you. But also in other news, so I got all the prints for the Kickstarter. So everybody that backed my Kickstarter, I will have the prints shipped out tomorrow. After I finish live streaming today, I will package those up and get those ready to mail out, and I will mail those out tomorrow. They'll be coming from Poland, so a lot of you that are in the States or Australia, it's going to be a bit of a wait for them to get to you. Anytime I ship to the U.S., it takes quite a long time. The postal service in the U.S. doesn't really cooperate all that well with Poland. And when I set up tracking, they don't really cooperate too well. So you can't track it. You can track it out of Poland, but you can't track it once it gets to the States, which is very inconvenient. All right, now that I have kind of the pose done, I'm gonna work on some of the details. It's kind of a sketch right now, and then once I get the head and the face done, I'll start adding some of the clothes and the detailed parts. But for the eyes, I think I'll do just nice big round eyes. Can everybody hear me okay? Just want to make sure the audio is just as well as it was on Monday. Didn't seem to have any problems with that. I did a couple test videos before going live just to make sure that the audio was still working right. I decided to do the live stream a bit at noon my time, because it seemed that based on the analytics for Monday's video, that noon was kind of the time where a lot of people were starting to show up for the live stream. So I thought I'd try it at noon. I don't know how Thursdays are gonna be, but I figured I'd give it a shot and change up the time. I'd like to do one maybe in the afternoon sometime as well, just to give people in the US a bit of a chance to watch the live stream, since the time difference is so drastic. Okay, good. I'm glad the audio sounds good. Eventually I'll get confident enough to stop asking those questions. But since I'm still new at this, I figured I should probably ask just to make sure. So what else? Yes, so Monday was the tutorial for the uh, landscape that I did last week. So if you got a chance to check that out, I hope that you liked it. I might do another tutorial or another landscape sometime soon. It was just so fun to do. Definitely a challenge because doing landscapes in colored pencil is just a whole different experience. Have I considered doing a collaboration with Mark Criley? Yes, we have very different amount of followers. Yes, I don't remember the last video of his that I watched. Um, I would I would love to do a collaboration with a YouTuber that large. I mean, that would be fantastic. But I highly doubt that he would be interested in doing a collaboration with me. Um, just because the drastic size difference of our channels, I don't know if he'd take the time to do something for a YouTuber with such a small following. So I doubt he'd even answer an email from me. So I mean, if he did, that'd be pretty awesome. But I tend to think a bit realistic about things, and I don't think it's very possible that he would be willing to do that. I'm not subscribed to his channel or anything like that, so I don't even know what his popular videos are. But you can certainly ask him to do a collaboration with me. I mean, maybe if he heard it from people that watch his videos, then he'd be more willing to do such a collaboration. But I don't know. There's not too many large YouTubers that I do subscribe to. I figured I like the humble beginnings of channels, so I tend to subscribe to YouTubers that still seem real to me and not famous. That's one of the things. Like I don't anticipate my channel getting like on the trending page or anything like that. I just do it. Yes, I do YouTube as a living, but for the most part, I think that I get so much enjoyment out of doing it that I don't seek for though to be one of those million subscribed channels. I never really get much enjoyment out of any of those videos that they put out. There's maybe 3 YouTubers that I'm subscribed to that have like over 500,000 subscribers, and even them I don't really watch all that loyally. I just kind of sometimes I'll see their videos in my subscription feed and I'll maybe check it out, but oftentimes I just kind of watch a few minutes of it to pass the time. But yeah, I don't watch them religiously or anything like that. Oh, so he does. Mark Criley does some chibi drawings as well. I was aware. Yeah, maybe when my channel gets a little bit larger, he would be interested in maybe a Chibi collaboration or something. What I'd like to do is kind of get um, some fellow YouTubers to live stream together, like do a Google Hangout, like um, and me and another artist or a couple artists or something like that. I think that would be kind of fun, so that people could ask us questions and then we could get to talk. Um, I think that would be a lot of fun to do. All right, so now I'm just working on some of the last details before I start inking this. She kind of has like these long hairs with this twist at the end. Just that. I think that's a bit too long. It's too long. Yeah, the other live stream was I just couldn't believe how well it did. I was in shock. I'm still in shock, and I think it's been a really good kind of addition to my channel, because it it's really brought in a lot of new subscribers. I've already seen a huge benefit, and it's only been a couple days, so I'm hoping that it draws in quite the crowd in the future. That'd be really great. Yeah, I would like to do a hangout with Lisa. I think that would be great. You have to pitch her the idea for me, so it doesn't sound like it's coming from me, and maybe she'll do that. I think I could probably ask her, and she'd be interested. All right, so I think that's pretty much the details. I'll do a little bit of inking now. Let's see. So yeah, like the description says, I'm using the Mangaka Pens. I used to use the Sakura pigment. What are they called? I forget what they're called. Yeah, I used to use Micron. That's it. The Micron pens. I used to use those, but they tend to bleed a lot, and they seem to dry out really fast. And I like these ones because they specifically say, where do they say it? Wait, this one. Oh, this one here. Yeah, it specifically says it's smudge proof with alcohol-based markers. And that's pretty much like the ideal that you want when working with pens. And the fact that it says that is very comforting. Not to mention that I've used it plenty of times with markers, and I haven't had much smudging issue. I mean, when you use ink over top of graphite, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. Yeah. Yeah, we need to apply a bit of pressure to her. I don't, um, I I don't know how many videos she does do a week. I know she does the live streams on Thursdays. She always does like a time lapse tutorial thing, and then she does the critiques, the art critiques. I'm not sure. I think Tuesdays or something. I don't know. I'm not uh, too sure of what her weekly schedule is, but I can say from my perspective that I can imagine she's quite busy. It always seemed like she was like just a robot. Like how on earth do you get all that work done? And now that I do it, I have 6 videos a week, and yeah, it's pretty stressful. It definitely keeps me busy. That's for sure. I have couple. I have a couple collaborations coming up. I'll have one at the end of this month and the beginning of next month. I'm really excited for those. I finished a collaboration piece that will be up next month. I finished that tomorrow or yesterday, I mean, and I'm excited. It's all digital, which is very different than what I've done before. I don't have any digital, fully digital time lapses or artwork, so it's the first time that I've done that, and so I'm excited for everybody to see that. And I think it came out pretty well for it being my first digital piece. The artist that I'm doing the collaboration with, she does time lapses and she does both traditional and digital. And I figured when I approached her for the collaboration, I was like, hey, you do digital work and I've never done digital work before, so why don't we do this collaboration digitally? Because I'd like to, give digital art a try, and so that's what we decided to do. And I did my piece yesterday. I emailed her to let her know that my piece is done. It's the Coffee with Friends collaboration that I did a couple months ago. So if you look that up on my channel, you have an idea of what the collaboration is going to be, but this time it's going to be digital, so a little bit different. Hey, what's up, Corey? Thanks for coming and checking out the live stream. I always appreciate you sharing my artwork and stuff. So what is the story behind the Chibi drawings? Yes, I do more realistic stuff. 5 videos. 5 videos? How is 5 videos a question? Hey there, Coffee Cat. Good to see you again. Yes, I did go with Sailor Moon. The problem is that I couldn't find any reference photos of Lemony Snicket. I looked, and every time I Google searched it, I mentioned this at the beginning of the live stream, but since you weren't here, every time I Googled it, all I found was pictures of Jim Carrey from the Series of Unfortunate Events movie. So after 2 days of looking for Lemony Snicket pictures, I decided I'm just going to go ahead and do Sailor Moon, because getting reference photos and what she looks like is easy. So anyways, back to the question as the story behind these chibis. Okay, so there's a bit going on with the chibis. The first thing is, yes, most of my artwork is very realistic, and it's funny because I never was interested in I was never interested in doing realism. It was always impressive though. When I'd see a drawing or a painting or something like that and be like, goodness, it looks like a photograph. I don't come across too many drawings or anything like that that's as impressive as it used to be before I started doing this kind of stuff. But I was always into drawing anime, and so and I wanted to practice. I wanted to get more realistic, and the reason I did is because I always wanted to incorporate the skills of realism into my anime drawings. I thought that it would help. I thought that it would help if I had a little bit better grasp on coloring and drawing proportions, and just I figured if I could do realism, then I should be able to do anime stuff like really good, or at least better than I was doing at the time. And I would have to say that it was a good choice. It's definitely helps improve my work. So I was correct. But doing the chibis, so my fiance and I, we started drawing chibis together just to do something on the weekends together or something like that when we're both not working, and we just had so much fun with it. So we started doing little chibi drawings that I shared a few weeks ago or whatnot, all of our chibi drawings that we did, and I just had so much fun with it, and I was like, God, I want to do something like this more. Like, I wasn't getting enough chibis. So I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to make a new video series. I'm going to add a fourth video, or in this case, it was a fifth video for the week. So this was, I had Monday covered, I had Tuesday covered, I had Wednesday and Friday covered. And so I was like, I'll just do these chibis, and it should be a quick, easy, fun video where I can just kind of relax a little bit and not take forever. Because these chibis, they don't really take that long to do, to be honest with you. I just do it because it's a bit of fun, and so that's where they kind of came from. And I was like, well, it opens up a new kind of aspect to my channel as well, which is another reason I decided to make it a series of its own, because it gives me the chance to do a little bit of fan art. Because I get a lot of requests of people like, hey, draw this character from this TV show or something like that, and it's like I don't really have any interest in drawing that character, because it doesn't fall in line with my channel. One second. It doesn't really fall in line with my channel, and I just don't know where to fit it in. And not to mention, like, fan art's a bit something that I never really got into that much, because I always liked my artwork to be original. And I felt like if I was drawing fan art, then I was kind of piggybacking on the work of another artist, and it felt a bit wrong to make that the kind of the focal point of my channel. Now, every once in a while, when doing these little chibis, it's totally different, because I don't have any what's the word I'm looking for? Objective, really, for the chibis. But for like big time fan art kind of stuff, it just doesn't sit well with me as an artist, and that's just a personal thing. It's not. I don't hold it against anybody that does fan art, still respect them as artists. It's just, for me personally, I like to create original characters and things like that. But I've been kind of missing the anime aspect of my art, because that's all I used to draw. And that's what kind of brought me into the art world in the first place, is drawing anime. And the Chibis kind of give me a chance to bring a little bit of that out, bringing that back out and introduce it back into my channel. And it's just something fun and easy to do for Thursday videos. You'll notice that I do it on a teeny tiny little card, and this is a sketch card size, because I'm going to have all these Chibis kind of like at the end of the year or whatever. I'll have 50 plus little Chibis, and I kind of intend to give them away, or maybe I'll give them away when I reach a certain amount of subscribers. I was really thinking like maybe I'll do an art giveaway or something to that regard on once I reach 10,000 subscribers, which I don't think will be too far from now. Could be just a couple months. And so that's what I was thinking about doing, giving away these Chibis, just because. So now that I have that initial inking done, I'm going to go through with this brush tip marker and kind of do the outline, make it look a bit smoother, stand off the page a bit more. So yeah, that's the story behind the Chibis. Just doing them for fun. And it adds another video. Uploading regularly for your YouTube channel is pretty much the fastest way to grow a successful channel. You gotta be on schedule, gotta upload regularly. So this is just one more video that helps me do that. Yes, so she makes 5 videos a week. That sounds about right. And yeah, it's very time consuming. I was actually thinking about doing kind of a tutorial on how I plan out my weeks so that I can maintain my 6 videos a week. And it's kind of gotten to the point where it's so routine that I feel like I have a bunch of extra time, and I have a few things going on other than YouTube stuff. Obviously, I have a life. Well, at least I try to have a life as much as I can, but as far as like scheduling things out, Monday's videos, they're just me, setting up and recording. Now they're just setting up and live streaming, which makes my life even easier because now I don't have to edit anything. That's why the live streams are so great. I can do these live streams. I set up my camera, and I just draw, and I don't have to do any of the post-production, which is just fantastic, because rendering out these videos and then uploading them, sometimes it can take a really long time, and it's nice to just not have to do that. That's why I really like having the live stream set up for Monday's drawing journal videos, because now I don't have to do it, and it's perfect. Let's see here. Just erase a bit more of these lines before I go in with colors. Yeah, it's so the fan art does. I'm hoping that the fan art does bring in another kind of fan base, and that's another kind of reason for opening it up to character suggestions and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just fun. It's fun, and I always like the end result. I mean, I think this one is still my favorite. So let me get it for you real quick. I still think this one's my favorite though. I just love the way that it came out. I'm kind of biased though because I love Ghost in the Shell, but I like that one a lot. This will be number 8. So this is the 8th chibi on a sketch card that I've done. All right, so now I'm going to go through with a bit of color. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color the skin with this color here. Just kind of go through, start laying it down. I love working with markers. I wish they weren't so expensive because I'd love to start buying some Copic markers, but I don't know. Even though it seems like a really good idea to just kind of buy a few markers every month and then slowly build up a collection, I just have the hardest time doing that with art supplies. I just want to buy all of them at once. So I'd rather have none, save up my money for like a million years because of how expensive they are, and then just buy them all at once. That's kind of my my route to finally getting Copic markers. But these Tria markers have just been super fun and they work great. I mean, they do everything that Copic markers do, and in some cases they're a bit better. Because one of the issues with Copic markers is that they're not light fast. However, the ink used in the Tria markers, well, I don't know about anymore. These are actually old Tria markers, like first generation Tria markers. They use a different kind of ink that is actually light fast. And I don't know if they still use the same inks. They might. And if they do, then they're light fast, which is great. So yeah, so in some regard, these markers are actually better than the Copic markers, because from what I understand, the Copic markers aren't light fast at all. They can fade within days. I like to work with small drawings though when it comes to markers, because I get so worried about them drying out and running out that yeah, I like to work on the smaller pieces. So that's even more of a reason to do sketch cards with the markers rather than like full illustrations, because I never really, working on something small like this, I don't really have to worry about it running out on me. And considering these markers are 15 years old, they're definitely holding out for the long haul. Yeah, they're from like the early 2000s, these markers. That's when they were made. And then they were discontinued. They're now Pro Marker, I think. But you can still buy Trias. But I'm not. I think you can only do it from the website, or you can find these markers on eBay. I made a video like quite some time ago. Well, if so, Corey says that Wish.com has a great price for Copic markers. I don't know if I'd be able to order from there because I live in Poland. I don't know if they have worldwide shipping, but I'll have to check it out. Maybe you can buy me some and then you can send them to me. I think that sounds like a good plan. There's the first layer of the skin, first color. I like to just do the whole thing and then I go over it with the shadow color. Gives it a bit more value in the shadows, and then yeah, it just helps. So I'm just going to do kind of a basic shadow on the side here. Nothing too crazy. Just along the side of the head. And underneath the hairs. Just like that. A little bit on the nose. And maybe underneath the eye here. And the arm. There. And this ear here too. So next week, considering I'm working on skin colors right now, next week I'm going to have a tutorial on doing skin tones. So there's a piece that I shared on my Facebook page, a cyborg piece that I'm working on right now. And I'm going to do a tutorial on skin tones from that piece. So be on the lookout for that. Alright, so next thing that I'm going to be, that's going to be on Tuesday, by the way, just to clarify. Wait, yes. Alright, so now I'm going to be doing the hair. And this is going to be a really basic coloring for the hair, I think. Because this is kind of an older anime, and it was very classical looking with just the dual toned colors, and nice and bright and vibrant though. So it was pretty anime, but very basic as far as coloring. Nothing too extreme here. So I'm going to just kind of keep it that classical look. With just a couple colors in the hair. This is just a yellow, and then I'm going to go over it with a kind of a brown orange color for the shadow. So let me get some suggestions from everybody on who should be the next Chibi that I create. I was thinking about doing the Ninja Turtles a long time ago, but I never really got around to doing it. I love the Ninja Turtles. Not the new movies though. Gosh, they're so hideous looking. No. I liked the original movies from the 90s. I watched them not too long ago. My fiance made fun of me because she thought they were cheesy and weird. But I mean the first one, I think it was came out in 90. No, I think the first one was 89. Came out in 89. But that one's like the best for sure. So good. The new ones are just so lame. But I've been wanting to. I've been wanting to do the Ninja Turtles. I even have it prepared. Like I have my reference photo for everything there as well. All right. Let's go with the brownish color for the shadows. So let's just kind of do this here, like so. Sorry, I'm checking out the comments right now. Hello, Susan. Hello, Chrissy. Yeah, always wanting to buy whole sets of supplies. Yeah. I bought some supplies that I showed on the drawing journal, the paint, and I'm super excited to work with them. But unfortunately, no paintbrushes. I've been waiting for them in the mail for quite some time, but they haven't showed up. So can't do nothing with it yet. But I'm glad that you like the way this drawing's coming out. I'm having fun with it. There, I think that's about it for the hair. Like that. What else? I don't think there's any other yellow on her. Alright, so let's jump into the red and add some red to it. Star Wars characters, that's a good one. I didn't really think of that one before. I like Star Wars. You know, I haven't seen the Rogue One movie yet, so I've been wanting to see that, but it's hard to watch the new movies here in Poland. You know, if I were to go to the movie theater, I'd have to hope that it's still in English, and then I think what they normally do here is they do it in English and then they have Polish subtitles. I think that's what they do, but I always end up having to wait. I actually haven't been to the movies here in Poland yet, so maybe that's a good reason to go to the movies, watch the new Star Wars. I heard it was pretty good, I guess. Pretty good. Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain. I used to watch it all the time. That was one of the good cartoons. Didn't last too long. I guess it had some issues with kind of adult themed jokes. But Pinky and the Brain was always a fun cartoon. Yeah, I like Ed, Edd and Eddy as well. I think that would be kind of a fun one to do. Ed, Edd and Eddy. Let's see, Cow and Chicken. Cow and Chicken, that was one that I used to watch. Dexter's Laboratory, that was another one that I enjoyed. Alrighty then, let's see. Let's do some blue. So her skirt here, this is blue here, and then her skirt is blue. Everything else is kind of white, so it's not too much left to color. And I don't think I grabbed I'm gonna have to grab another marker. I forgot the shade color for her white part of her outfit. But so far so good. I think it's coming out pretty nice. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it for the blue. Her eyes are blue, so I'm going to just throw in a little bit of blue here, and then I'll blend that out with some lighter blue in a moment. And then I have the shadow for her skirt, which won't really show up on camera, I can't imagine, but I promise you it's shaded. Well, thank you, Chrissy. I'm glad you enjoy my artwork. I enjoy making it for everyone. You know, I haven't been working with colored pencil all that long. I never really thought that the things that I create now with colored pencil was really all that possible. But it turns out that colored pencils are pretty much limitless at this point, especially now that there's a textured fixative for them. With the textured fixative, you can pretty much do whatever you can imagine with colored pencils. So colored pencils are kind of an unlocked medium at this point. Before you had to be a bit delicate, they were a lot less forgiving, but now they're quite forgiving. And they're fun to work with. I think one of the things that I like most about working with colored pencils is just how quick it is to set up and clean up. Like, I can just grab some pencils and a piece of paper and start coloring, whereas, you know, with paint, you're not so lucky with paint. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for her. What did I know there was something I was going to do. Oh yeah, I need some more blue in her eyes. Something a bit brighter, so let me just grab this. There. I think that's nice. Let's see, what else? I need a white pen. Do this, and I'll add a bit of spots in her eyes, just to make it shiny looking. And then she has these white stripes here on her shirt, her outfit. What else? Just to add a bit of fun stuff to her. A little bit of shiny on her hair pieces that glow. Oh, and of course, here, fill that in. I think it needs to be a bit darker, so I'll just add this. There we go. I think that's good. Alright, so now I'm going to do the background. And for the background, what I think I'm going to do is just kind of color it in and create a space scene. And I'll start with this color here for the outline, and then I'll add more and kind of get darker as it goes away from her. And I think I'm going to outline her in white just to make her stand off the page a lot more. And that will be it. I'll add some stars as well. So So Anne asks, what are my preferred brands of colored pencil? My preferred brands are Luminance colored pencil. I started out with Prismacolor pencils, and I worked with those for, I would say, somewhere around 2 years, I think, around 2 years. And then finally I got to the point with the Prismas where I felt like I'd maxed them out. I couldn't go any farther with it. And I was like, well, I need to upgrade my paper. I need to start doing my artwork on real paper, not cheap sketchbook paper. And I think I need to upgrade my pencils so that they're a bit more archival, a bit more advanced as far as like how well they last and pigment quality and all that, artsy stuff. And after doing some research on pencils, I decided to go ahead and go with Luminance colored pencils, and the reason I did that is because they're the most light fast colored pencils, which means that after you color with them they don't fade. So your artwork will last a long time, which is always a good thing. I don't know how long my art would be popular for in my lifetime or past my lifetime, but it's always nice to have artwork that lasts. So I went with them for a couple reasons as opposed to the Polychromos pencils. So the Polychromos pencils, I don't like they're oil-based. They don't get even half as good as coverage that the Luminance do. You can get a bit more detail out of them, which I think eventually I will purchase some because they're still great quality pencils, and because they can go right over top of the Luminance and mix with them. I think that I might finally get some of those. I was actually thinking about even upgrading my Prismacolor set of pencils just to have and kind of mix all of them together, because one of the things that I wish Luminance would get on with is creating some more pigments. I'd really like to have just a few more choices of colors. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. Like they're 72. There's 72 colors, or 74, or something like that. I have all of them. Let me see. 1, 2, 5, 6. Yeah, so 42, 44, and I don't have enough browns. I could use a bit more browns, and I could use a bit more colors that are light. The pink, they don't have a pink that I like. They have kind of this 571 color that's a bit too bright. And I'd really like to get more pinks and browns from Luminance. But those are kind of my brand of choice. I think they're really, really good pencils. And yeah, I get a lot of mileage from them. There's a few colors that I bought like 3 or 4 of just the colors because I kind of use them a lot, especially in skin tones. I think the pencils that I use the most is probably the 801, definitely the 876, and the 407. Those are kind of my go-to pencils for just about every piece I work on. I use them so much. And then of course I have some black. I use black a little bit, not too much, but I've had to buy some more black. Let's see here. So now I'm going to just add some of this color here. Just kind of start scribbling this in, filling up the paper. this marker here does seem to be drying out a little bit, so I don't know how much I'm going to get out of it. I might have to switch to another blue. But I'm going to throw some purple in here too, just for fun. I haven't tried the powder blender, but I've been really wanting to have my sister send me some from the US, because I can't get it in Poland. I can get the textured fixative and the final fixative. Wait, no, I think I can get the powder blender, but I can't. What I can't get right now is the touch-up texture and the titanium white powder. That's what I want. I want that titanium white powder. 13 viewers, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. I don't know if that's on fire yet, but I'm getting there. That's too funny. So I've only got, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes left of this piece, and that'll be it for the live stream. So if you have any questions, ask now so that I can get to them. I appreciate everybody that came and hung out. It was fun. I might continue to do the Chibis as a live stream. It's kind of fun. I just have way too much fun with the live streams to not do it, to only do it once a week. Like right now, my planned live streams are on Mondays, but they're so fun that maybe I'll just do the Chibis and the drawing journals as live streams, because it saves me from editing. And for the Chibi, like if I wasn't doing the live stream Chibi, like I would already be done with this piece. They only take about, at most, like 40 minutes, because I just get it done. I hit record on the camera and I'm not talking to anybody during that, So I just am able to get it done really quickly. But the editing I'm not so lucky with. The editing takes longer, because I have to wait for everything to render. I have to copy the files onto my computer, all that fun stuff, Make a thumbnail and upload it and blah blah blah. But I like the idea of doing it as a live stream. It's kind of fun. I don't know if Thursdays seem to be the best. So the Chibis seem like a good idea for the live stream. You have one open-ended stream and one with a finish result. Yeah, that's... though I did finish the drawing on Monday of what I was working on, but yeah, I know what you mean. I like the idea. I'll do it again next week. So that saves me. And it helps scheduling things as well. It helps there. Gotta get it all the way to the edge. Yeah, so maybe I'll just keep doing them live stream. I think it's fun. They're not too difficult to draw. Just something fun to break up the realism that I've feel like I've kind of trapped myself into. Eventually though, I'm going to be doing pretty much everything live stream. But the weekly tutorials, those will eventually be live streamed to Patreon. I'm going to be doing kind of an overhaul of my Patreon page soon. I'm guessing in the next month or so, but I don't want to do that until I upgrade my camera so that my live streams aren't constantly interrupted by my camera lens or my mirror going back and forth, and yeah, you know what I mean if you've been here for a while. I hate having to reset my camera. So now that that's done, I'm going to outline her in white really quick. I'm going to throw some stars, and then that is going to be it for this chibi. Yeah, Jackson's has the powder blender. I was thinking of the touch-up fixative and the titanium white. That's what I've been wanting for quite some time now. But honestly, with the textured fixative, I almost don't even need to worry about it anymore. But it would be nice to not have to spray an entire artwork with the textured fixative. Just to get like some nice white lines laid down. But yeah, I did see that Jackson's has the powder blender. I don't have any sanded paper, but I was thinking of experimenting. Maybe if I get the powder blender, and then experimenting with spraying just a regular piece of paper that I have. Pre-spraying it with the textured fixative and then attempting to do the powder blender right on top of the fixative. So it wouldn't be a gessoed piece of paper and it wouldn't be a sanded piece of paper, but it would be a piece of paper treated with the textured fixative. So I know that the powder blender works on top of the textured fixative, so I'm thinking maybe I can just salvage one of my pieces of paper with that and then try the powder blender on top of it. Yeah, I talked to Alona about the getting the touch-up texture sent directly to Poland, because I can buy it directly through the website, through the Brush and Pencil website. I just haven't committed. To it. I feel like it's like adding another medium almost to do the powder blender. And though the results are really great, one thing that has kind of deterred me a bit is that I don't like texture. So the idea of working on sanded paper or gessoed paper just kind of makes me not want it, because I can't stand texture. I mean, that's why I don't even like to work on watercolor paper with my colored pencils, because even watercolor paper has too much texture. The paper that I like the most is the Bristol Smooth. That's what I'm working on right now with my colored pencil on a different project. And yeah, and I even like the smoother than the Bristol Smooth, which is the Bristol Plate. That's the paper that I really like, but I have a different project planned for that. Project that I've kind of fell way far behind on, that I haven't talked about at all. Alright, now I'm just going to add some stars by touching this pen. Maybe I'll even add like a little moon here. There, little moon. Some brighter stars. I probably should have grabbed a couple colored pencils and made some space clouds or something like that, but no big deal. I think this is going to be fine. I think eventually I'll give sanded paper a shot. I really like the outcome that I've seen with the powder blender. It almost looks like a painting, which is very, very appealing to me. Eventually, I really hope to have like my painting stuff set back up so I can do oil painting. I just live down the street from an art gallery, and every time I walk by there's like different oil paintings set up, and I'd really like to try to get some work put in there. I think that would be kind of cool, and that would get my name out there a bit more as far as here in Poland. But there's always work there that's hanging up in the window, and it never lasts. It's like it sells the day it's put up or something. And they're not like extremely fantastic pieces. No disrespect to the people that paint them, but they look like an art student almost. Just an art student did it. And half the time they look like incomplete paintings, but I think it'd be kind of cool. And I really miss oil painting. I really hope to get back into that soon. Oh, you know what? I forgot her name. I gotta add Sailor Moon name. Let's see. I'm not sure if it shows up in any colors or anything like that. So I'm gonna see. I don't see it written any special way, so maybe I'll just write it. Actually, I think I'll write it in black first. Let's see here. I think I'll do it like this, kind of. It's subtle. You can't quite see it, but I'm going to outline it in white. I know I kind of messed up my moon there, but I guess that's the price I pay for not planning this very well. Try to make it stand out a little bit more. Sailor Moon. There, I don't think that's not too bad. That's okay. I didn't mess the moon up too much. And that is going to be it. anyways, thank you everybody for coming by and checking out the live stream. I appreciate it. And yes, I will be live streaming again on Monday. I'll be doing the drawing journal. Let's see, tomorrow will be the tutorial for the Sunrise Mountain that I did yesterday. And that's pretty much it. On Tuesday next week, I will have a tutorial on doing skin tones. This will be a much more advanced tutorial. And then next Wednesday will be another tutorial that I haven't done yet, so I might do that today. Let me get a little bit better picture. Let me show this to you a bit better. So here's the finished Sailor Moon. It's not the cleanest inking of her name, but I think that's it. So eventually I'll probably give this this little sketch card away. But anyways, thanks again for coming by. Oh, hey, my sister's in the chat. Hey, Cece. And I will see you guys on the next live stream, which will be Monday. Okay, so take care. I'll see you next time. Peace.